Hi beautiful people, welcome to the channel. My name is Promoted Sandra. If this is the first time you are coming across this channel, thank you very much for stopping by. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a corset top with bra cups. Okay, so I already have a detailed tutorial on how to draft this bra cup corset. So if you've not watched it, I'm going to be leaving the link at the description section, also at the comment section. Click on it to watch it, to see how I drafted this beautiful corset top. Today's video is going to be the stitching tutorial video, so keep up watching. If you end up enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and also leave your comments at the comment section. This really encourages me a lot. So if you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to leave your comment, and also if you have any question, let me know at the comment section. Don't forget to also subscribe and turn on post notification if you want to see more videos like this. So without further ado, let us dive into this video. So I've gone ahead to cut this out on my fabric, and also I went ahead to cut out the linings as well. So I also did the same thing for the back, the lining and the fabric. So at this upper part here, I went ahead to add ½ inch, which is going to be serving as the joining allowance, and I also went ahead to add ½ inch over here. While over here, while we are drafting it, we already added our joining allowance, which is this line that you are currently seeing. Okay, these are the cups we are going to be using. What you are going to be doing is to fold this fabric into two like this. Then you fold it into two again, because we're going to be cutting out 2 pieces for these cups. Okay, then you fold it like this. Then you go ahead to give it a curved line like this. So once you are done doing that, you go ahead to notch the top like this. So this is how it's going to look like. Okay, so at this point you come down by 1 inch, you mark it like this. You come to this point and mark 1 inch as well, like this. Then you go ahead to join the points from this point to this notch we marked here. Okay, so you just draw it like this. Then you also do the same thing for the other side. Then you cut it out. Okay, so this is what we are going to be having for the 2 cups. Okay, so the next thing I went ahead to do was to gum light gum stay on it. Okay, so you can go ahead to gum light gum stay on yours. So I did this for both sides and also for the linings. I also went ahead to gum it on the back lining, the front fabric, including the back. This is how it's going to look like. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to join these two together like this. Okay, each of them I will join it together like this. Then I will take it to my sewing machine and sew it like this. So you can go ahead to pin it if you want to. Then I will also do the same thing for this other side. So I'm going to be doing same for the lining as well. So I've gone ahead to sew it. I also went ahead to iron it. Okay, this is what I have. So what I'm going to be doing next is to place this on my cup and trace it out just like this. You can decide to place it like this. Probably if you want this line to be like this, okay, you can decide to do it like that. And you can also decide to place it like this. Maybe you want this line to be straight. Whichever you prefer, you can do it, but for me, I'm just going to place it like this. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be cutting this hemi gum. I'll just place it like this. I will place it like this. Okay, once I'm done placing it like this, I will take it to my iron and iron it out. So I'm going to be placing the fabric like this, like this. So once I'm done placing it on it, I will iron it out. Once I'm done ironing it out, I'll show you guys what's next to do. So I'm going to be doing same for both cups. Okay, so guys, a quick notice before I attach this to the fabric. What I'm going to be doing is to hold the darts. How to sew your darts? All you need to do is to bend it like this. Okay, make sure it's equal at this end part. Then take it to your sewing machine and sew it with ½ inch. So once I'm done sewing it, I'll come and show you guys how it look like. Then before I will finally cover it with the fabric. So this is it, guys. I've gone ahead to sew it. So this is how it's going to be looking. So this is going to pack your bust very well. You can already see it is giving that bust shape already. So that is the purpose of holding that. So I went ahead to hold it with ½ inch. So you can just go ahead to use ½ inch or ½ inch to do this. So this is how it is. I've gone ahead to sew it and iron it out. Okay, so this is it. This is what we have So what I'm going to be doing next is to make sure the lining is equal as well. I'll place the lining like this and trim out the excess. Okay, just going to use this one to trace out this one. So I'm going to be attaching bonnet to the dress. Oh, they've seized the light though. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attaching bonnet to the dress. So this case is really wide. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attaching this bonnet to the fabric. So this is the sewable bonnet. This is not the other strong type. This is the type they normally use on for wedding gown. This one is very soft. It's something that you can attach and sew with your sewing machine to the dress. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut it like this. I will not cut it to the end. So as you can see, the bonnet didn't get to the end. Okay, so even if you get to the end, you'll still be able to turn it. So it's very soft. So I'm going to be cutting two of these like this. So I'm not going to lap it like this. No, I'm going to sew it separately, like one here. But just make sure you work with the wideness of your casing. This casing that I'm using is really wide. I'm going to be attaching to like this. And after that, you go ahead to cover it with this. So if you are using the other type of bonnet, you first of all sew in your casing before you put in your bonnet. But because I'm not using that type of bonnet, that's why I'm just going to go ahead to sew this to the fabric first, then close it like this. Okay, so I'll take it to my sewing machine now and sew it like this too. I also sew two here, including the back. So once I'm done doing that, I will come back there and close it with my casing. So for the back, I'm going to be attaching the bonnet over here. Right now, I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine and sew it. So right now, this is me attaching the bonnet to the dress, and there's another way of doing this. Maybe probably on my next video, I'm going to be showing you another method of attaching your bonnet to your dress. So what you just need to do is to attach the sewable bonnet to your casing. Then after attaching it to it, then you can come back and fold it, attach it to your dress directly after attaching it to your casing first. So in case you know how to use that method, no problem, you can go ahead to do that. But in case you don't know how to use it, you can go ahead to do this. Okay, just watch out what I'm doing in case you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm done attaching it to it. This is how it actually look like. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to sew the casing to cover up the bonnet. Okay, just like as you can see me doing. So just please pay attention to what I'm doing. Make sure your casing is wide enough if you are going to be using two bonnet. So if you are going to be using one bonnet, you can go ahead to make the casing very slim. And so once I was done doing that for the front, I will go ahead to attach the bonnet to the back side, just like as you can see me doing. So guys, I'm done attaching it to it. So I went ahead to stitch one bonnet to the zipper area because I actually want that zipper area to also be firm. So once I was done doing that, I will go ahead to run stitch on this cup, okay, at the top part. So I'll go ahead to notch the center of my dress, the down part, and then I also notch the center of the cup. Then we'll join it together. I'll pick up my pin and pin it together. So guys, make sure you notch it to know the center of it, because you want both the cup and the down parts to be equal after pinning it together. So I'll just go ahead to pin it. So once I'm done pinning it, I will run a stitch on it. Please just take your time to do this, okay? Don't be in haste, don't be hurry, just take your time and do it. So after I was dumping it together, I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew it from the starting to the other end, okay, just like as you can see me doing. So this actually came out very beautiful. make sure you pin it and is equal. If it's not equal, you can go ahead to remove the pin and repin it again. So this is what I have after stitching it together. This is very beautiful. So I'm going to be doing same for the other side. I will notch the center and also notch the center of the cup, then pin it together. I will stitch it together. So this is what I have after sewing it. After that, I'll go ahead to do the same thing for the lining, just like what I did for the made fabric. I'm going to be doing it for the lining as well. I will notch the center, then join it together. So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch it down. This is what I have. So after that, I'll go ahead to sew the stripe for the hand. Okay, I will just go ahead to sew the stripe, which I'm going to be attaching to the dress. So now that I'm done sewing it, I will go ahead to attach the stripe to the back side. Then I will cover it up with the lining, just like as you can see me doing. If you don't understand what I'm saying, understand the practical. So I'm just going to go ahead to run a stitch on it. Mind you, remember the stripe is inside, is at the front side. That is the front side of the fabric, not the back side. After that, I'll go ahead to top stitch. So after top stitching, I'll go ahead to sew the down part, just like as you can see me doing. Okay, so I'll run a stitch from the start to the end of the down, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for the side as well. I will, after stitching the down, I'll also stitch the zipper area at the back side. Then the other side, I will stitch the beginning, stitch the ending. Then I will leave some space where I'm going to be turning it out. So just watch out what I'm doing. Okay. So guys, I'm done stitching it, and I will just go ahead to turn it out. So once I was done doing that, I went ahead to do the same thing for the other side of the back. And mind you, actually run double stitch at the down part. Okay, so I stitch it twice so that it will not lose on time. So once I was done doing that, I'll go ahead to pin the front side together. I will pin the lining of the front to the front fabric. So once I was done pinning it, before I will run a stitch on it, I'll first of all pin the cups at the upper part together, then trim out the excess. So you are certainly going to have excess. In case you have any excess at the upper part, then trim it off. So in case you end up not having any excess, no problem. But for me, I had excess on this, so I will just go ahead to trim it off. After trimming it off, I'll go ahead to stitch it round. So for the down part, I went ahead to cut off half an inch from the lining, because I don't want the lining to be showing after stitching it. This is a crop top, so I want the made fabric itself to be showing. That's why I went ahead to remove half an inch. So once I was done doing that, I will run stitch at the cup area, that is the upper part. After running the stitch at the upper part, I will notch it before I top stitch. So before you top stitch, make sure you notch it. So after notching it, I will just go ahead to run a top stitch on it, just like as you can see me doing. So now that I was done top stitch, I'll go ahead to sew the down side. I will join it together. So you're just going to drag it and join it together. Pin it first before sewing it if you're a beginner, so that you don't end up making any mistake. So I'm going to run double stitch on it because I don't want to lose. After that, I will sew the side. I will sew the other side half at the top to somewhere, just anywhere. Then I'll go ahead to turn it out from the space I left, just like as you can see me doing. So after turning it, this is what we have. So I'm just going to take it to my ironing table and iron it out. So this is the back. The length of the stripe is 16. So this is the front, this is the back. I've gone ahead to sew zip to attach the zip to the back side. So I believe a lot of you already know how to attach zip. Go ahead to attach the zip and sew it. Then after that, I would go ahead to place the stripe at the window of the cup, that is the back side. So I'm just going to be running a stitch on it. I'll take it to a sewing machine and run a stitch at the top. Then after running the stitch, I'll go ahead to shaping it, join the sides together with 1 inch. After sewing it together, this is what I had, this is what I had, this is how the top looked like, and this is so beautiful, just like as you can see on the screen. So this came out very neat and beautiful. So thank you guys for watching. See you on my next video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notification if you want to see more videos like this, and please subscribe to my second YouTube channel. I'm going to be leaving the link at the description section. See you, bye.